I'm a nobody, a nothing, a worm. I am going to stand in front of the mirror and spit at myself. And spit again. I gave you everything. Everything. My life, my health, my youth, my strength, my best 25 years. What more do you want from me? My skin? Do you want to skin me alive? Oh, Domenico, there you were thinking you were Jesus Christ on earth. And all of the time they wanted to skin you alive. All of you, my street, my neighborhood, even you, my neighbors, and the world. You were all in it together. You took me for a complete idiot. Why have you done this to me? I should have known. A woman like you, 25 years couldn't change a woman like you. But you won't get away with it. You realize it? I'll kill you, and then I'll dump you into a rubbish bin. That's where a woman like you belongs, in the rubbish bin. And all those of you who helped her, the doctor, the priest, and these two idiots, I have been feeding you all my life. A gun, get me a gun, come on.
I took the 2 guns to the gunsmith to be clean. That's what you said.
I've said a lot of things. I've been made to say a lot of things. And that's it. Finished. I'm awake now. I've understood. And you are gone. And if you don't want to go on your own 2 feet, you go feet first. Do you understand? Then you leave this house. There isn't a law on earth. Not even God in heaven above can stop me, Domenico Soriano. I'll put you all behind bars. I've got the money, and I'm going to make you dance to my tune. Do you hear this? I'm going to make you jump. When I let it be known who you are, what sort of a place I found you in, everybody will rally to my side, Filumena. I am going to destroy you. I am going to pulverize you.
Have you finished?
Keep quiet. I don't know what I might do if I hear you speak.
When I've told you everything I've got here, right inside here, then you won't have to look at me and listen to me again. But only then.
Whore. That's what you were, and that's what you are now. A whore.
So, what's new about that? As if everybody doesn't already know what I was, or what kind of place I came from. But you went to that place, didn't you? You and all the others. And I treated you all the same. Because all men are the same in the end. What I was then is a matter between me and my conscience. But now, I am your wife. And nobody's going to get me out of this house. Not even a police head.
Wife? Whose wife are you, Filumena? Did you marry someone recently?
Yes, you?
There are your having hallucinations now. That was a travesty, a masquerade. I have witnesses.
I don't know anything. Nothing. I only know that Filumena took to her bed, and then it became the sick bed, and pretty soon it was her deathbed. She didn't tell me anything, and I didn't understand anything.
And you didn't know this dying was a complete farce?
So, Domenico, for the love of the Holy Mother of God, you know she can't stand me. How could she confide in me?
What about the priest you sent for him yourself?
Because of her. She was asking for the priest. I wanted her to be happy.
Yes, you thought I was on my way to the next world. You were jumping for joy at the thought that you were going to get rid of me at last.
Bravo! At last you understand. And then when the priest had spoken to you, he said to me, marry her, poor woman. It's a dying wish. Let this bond be blessed in the sight of God. I said to
You
him.
said, what have I got to lose? She's dying anyway. A few more hours and I'll be rid of her. But you got quite a turn, didn't you, Domenico? When as soon as the priest had left, I got up from bed and said, congratulations, Don Domenico. We're now man and wife.
I nearly jumped out of my skin. I've never seen anything like it. And then I couldn't help getting the giggles. My God, that Elizabeth, how did she make it look so natural?
And the deathbed scene.
Shut up, both of you, or you have your own deathbed scenes. How did it happen? It can't have happened. The doctor. Yes, what about the doctor? What happened to all that medical training? He saw you and he didn't even know you were pretending to be dying.
In my opinion, he made the wrong diagnosis.
No, shut up, Alfredo. The doctor's gonna pay for this. By God, I'll make him pay. So, you had a little plan with him, didn't you? So you and he together had a little plan and you greased his palm. How much money did you give him, Filumena, eh?
That's all you ever think about, money, money. Money got you everything. You even got me with your money. Because you were Domenico Soriano, with the best chef, the money may have made your hostage run, but it was me, Filumena who made you run. You didn't even know what money. And you're going to keep on running. I haven't finished with you yet. You're going to run to learn what it is to be and to behave like a gentleman. The doctor didn't know anything. Believe what he saw. Any woman after 25 years with you would be on her deathbed. I was your servant. You saw how I slaved you. For 25 years, off he went to his pleasure trips. London, Paris, the races. Well, I had to stay and police his work at home. From the factory in Forcella to his shops in Toledo and Furia. I had to be here all the time, or they would have dropped the shirt on his back. And he would come back and say, oh, what would I do without you, Filumena? You're quite a woman, aren't you, Filumena? I looked after his home better than any wife. I washed his feet. I may be old now, but I was a young girl then, and I never got any thanks. He always treated me like some faceless housemate you can throw without even thinking about it.
Nah, I never saw you taking any chances of me. You never seemed to care very much about things, and you always seemed to know how things stood between you and me. Always arrogant, always insolent. What I ever got from you were black looks. I used to ask to myself, what have I done wrong? I never saw a single tear in your eyes. Not once. How many years have we been together? I never saw you cry, ever. Not once.
Why should I cry over you? Are you some precious pearl or something?
Keep jewelry out of this. You're like a wandering soul, restless, never at peace. A woman who never cries, never eats, never sleeps. You're a stone from hell, that's what you are.
When did you ever see me asleep? Most of the time you couldn't even find your way home. How many holidays, how many Christmases have I spent like some poor abandoned dog? You know what makes people cry? When they have something good and then they lose it. But Filumena never had anything like that. And when you've only known bad times, you can't cry. No, Filumena never had the satisfaction of crying. He always treated me like some speck of dirt you can brush off without even thinking. And I'm not talking about then, when you could have said he's young, he's handsome, he holds himself well. It's now look at him. He's 52 years old, and he comes home with dirty handkerchiefs smeared with lipstick. It makes me sick to my stomach. Have you got them?
Yes, I've kept them safe.
Yes, not even a little care. He doesn't even say, I'd better get rid of them in case she finds them. Because if she does, so what? Who is she? What rights does she have? And so he goes on salivating after her.
Who? What are you talking about?
That fluffy. Do you think I haven't noticed? You never knew how to lie when I queried one of your thoughts. You're 52 years old, and you're running after a girl of 22. Have you no shame? You even bring her to this house telling this, pretending that she's a nurse, because you really thought I was dying, didn't you? And before the priest came, when you thought I was on my way to the next world and I couldn't see what was happening, there you both were by the side of the bed, hugging and kissing. You disgust me. And if you really had died, what then? The table was already laid for you and that hairdo.
So, when you die, I am not supposed to eat anymore. I'm supposed to fade away.
And the roses.
What about the roses?
Red roses.
Red, green, yellow, polka dot. I am the master of this house. I have the right to have roses in this house. I even have the right to be happy you're dying.
Yes, but I didn't die. And I don't intend to die, do me?
Yes, that's the problem. There's something I don't understand. Since you treat me like you treat everyone else, because according to you, all men are the same, why do you want to marry me? And if I fall in love and I decide to get married, and I will get married to Diana, what is it to you whether she's 20 or 100?
You make me laugh. I feel so sorry for you. Do you think I've done this for your sake? Do you think I care about some girl who's made you lose your head? I don't care about you. I never did care about you. But a woman like me, like you yourself said, after 25 years begins to make plans. You happen to be useful to me. Do you think that after working for you for 25 years, I'm going to leave this house naked as the day I was born?
I knew it. I knew it was about money. Do you think that I, Domenico Soriano, son of Raimondo Soriano, the most important and respected confectioner in the whole of Naples,
Wouldn't have thought of leaving you with a little house and an independence.
Shut up, wasted men never understand anything. I don't want your money, Domenico. You can keep your money and good luck to you. I want something else from you, and you're going to give it to me. Domenico, I have 3 sons.
Three sons? Filumena, what are you saying?
Domenico, I have 3 sons.
And whose sons are they?
Sons of men like you.
Don't play with fire, Filumena. What do you mean, sons of men like me?
They're all the same.
Did you know this?
Yes, I've known everything.
What about you?
No, you know she can't stand me.
Three sons. How old are they?
The eldest is 26.
26?
Don't make that face. They're not yours.
Do they know you? I mean, do they know that you're their mother?
No, but I see them and I talk to them.
Where are they? What do they do? How do they live?
With your money.
With my money?
With your money, I've been robbing you.
Thief!
I've been robbing you blind. Shoes, shirts, suits. Remember that diamond ring we thought it lost? I had that ring. I fed and clothed my sons with your money.
So, I even had a petty pickpocket in my house. What kind of a woman are you?
One of them has a workshop nearby. He's a plumber.
A master plumber. He fixes taps, mends leaks. And the other one, Riccardo, handsome as a statue. He has a shop on the Via Chiaia, under the arcade, number 74. Very distinguished people go there. And then there's Umberto.
I want to start. He works as an accountant and sometimes he writes for the newspapers.
Huh? So we even have a writer in the family.
What a mother she's been. They never went without those boys. I'm an old woman now, and soon I'll be standing in front of our great Father in heaven, who's not taken in by a lot of chatter, no, the one who sees and knows everything and who forgives us sinners. And I tell you that from when they were in nappies, those boys never went without. She would have gone out and built a colony of red ants for those boys.
Thanks to Domenico Soriano's money.
Well, you were always throwing it about.
So, you mean I was supposed to ask you how to spend it?
Oh, you're welcome to
I
it.
don't argue with him, Rosalia.
Filumena, how can you do what you've done to me? Do you want to kill me? You're treating me like a puppet on a string. These 3 gentlemen, whom I've never met, never seen close up. These 3 gentlemen are walking around the streets of Naples laughing behind my back. Whenever they want anything, they say, yeah, we'll be all right. Don Domenico will pay for everything.
What would they know about it? Filumena always had a good head on her shoulders and always did things the right way, with care, with proper sense. It was the lawyer who gave money to the plumber when he wanted to set himself up in business, saying it came from a lady who wished to remain anonymous. And he did the same with the chef maker. And Umberto has a monthly accountant. You had nothing to do with any of it. You weren't involved at all.
No, I was only paying for it.
What did you want me to do? Get rid of them. That's what the girls advised. Are you crazy? And how would I have dealt with my conscience then? Tell me. No, I spoke to the Madonna. You remember, the Madonna of the Roses.
The one who works a miracle every day.
Oh, please, don't bring the Madonna into this mess.
It was long past midnight and I was walking the streets alone. It was 6 months since I'd left my home. It was the first time. What could I do? Who could I talk to? I could hear in my head the voices of the girls saying, what are you waiting for? Get rid of it! I know someone who's very good, he will. I walked on and on. Didn't know where I was going. And suddenly I found myself in front of the little altar of the Madonna. I stood in front of her like this. What am I supposed to do now, Madonna? You know my problem. You know why I'm in this mess. Tell me what to do. But she was silent. She did not say anything. And I said, I see. You say nothing, and people will believe in you even more. Is that it? Well, I'm talking to you, Madonna. Answer me. Our children are our children. I froze. Maybe if I turned my head, I would have seen that the voice was coming from an open window or a balcony from round the corner. But I said to myself, why now? Why at this moment? Who else knows of my problem? No, it's her. It's the Madonna. She's seen me in front of her and she's decided to speak to me. Was he using another voice? Just like when those girls told me to get rid of it. Just testing me to see how strong I am. And to this day, I do not know whether it was me, or whether I really did sing a Madonna, not like this. Our children are our children. That night I made a vow, and that's why I stayed with you all these years. And when that young man wanted to marry me, do you remember? We were already together in that little flat with the 3 rooms of the kitchen. It had taken you 4 years to get me out of that other place. 4 years! But we were finally together in that little flat. And the young man was desperate to marry me. But you were jealous. Oh yes. I can still hear your voice ringing in my ears. Filumena, I'm a married man. If you married that young man, what would become of us? And you cried. Yes, you were always the exact opposite of me. You were always crying your eyes out. And I said, well, it's my destiny. Domenico really loves me, but he can't marry me because he's married already. And I stayed in those 3 times. But 2 years later, your wife died. I waited. And I said, well, he's young. He doesn't want to be stuck with another wife so soon. I'll wait till he comes down, and then you'll see all the sacrifices I've made for him. And I waited. I waited for years. I used to say to you, Domenico, guess who's got married today? That young girl who lives across the alleyway in the house with the small window. And you used to laugh. That laugh you and the others had whenever you came up the stairs in that other place. That laugh which is always the same, no matter who has it. I could have killed you when you laughed like that. And I waited for 25 years because of you, Domenico. And now you're 52 years old. And you think you're some nimble young stud. And you go out drooling after a woman half your age. And you come back with dirty handkerchiefs full of lipstick marks. Just to try bringing that woman into this house now, your wife. Just let me catch you. Don't you dare. This is my house!
Your house? Yeah!
You can go
You
and
make me laugh.
I don't
Oh,
care,
no.
because very soon you won't be laughing at all.
What do you want?
What do I want? They bought supper.
So, I'm not supposed to eat anymore?
To be. Sir? Here is the supper. Carlotta, put it down over there. Sir, here is the chicken. It is big enough for many, many portions. And everything we ordered is here. Tipata?
I want you to get out of here.
Yes, sir. Certainly, sir. Sir, here's the dessert the young lady so partial. Menina la Toscana. And here is the wine you ordered. Suave, suavissimo. Tipata? And sir, you haven't forgotten.
What?
When you came in earlier, I asked you to have an old pair of pants you did not need anymore. And you said, come at night. And if what I am hoping for has happened, if I get the good news, then you can have one of my brand new suits. What you were hoping for hasn't happened then. You didn't get the good news.
I told you to get out of here.
We're leaving. Come, Carlotta. You didn't get the good news. Just to my luck.
Aren't you hungry? Lost your appetite?
I am going to eat. And I am going to drink later.
When here the cards.
What a crowd at the pharmacy. Unfagged. Rosalia, tell me about, will you? Ah, roses. Red roses. Thank you, Domenico. What a sweet little perfume. And food. I'm feeling a bit beckish. I found the camphor and the ether, but no oxygen bottles. I've been thinking if, oh my God, I don't really want to say the word, but if she did die tonight, I'd leave tomorrow morning. I'd manage to get a lift to Bologna with a girlfriend. Here, I'd be more trouble than anything. In Bologna, I have a few little affairs to take care of. Some insy-wincy business matters of my own. I'll be back in 10 days. I'd like to see you then, Domenico. And how is she? Had she reached the end of the road? Has the priest been here?
The priest paid us the honor of a visit. And he was witness to these that were to be my last hours on this earth. Take it off!
Pardon?
Take it off!
I got the uniform.
On the chair.
Put the uniform on the chair.
He took pity on my last moments and advised Don Domenico Soriano to honor the bond in extremity. Put it back!
Put back the rose in the vase.
And Don Domenico thought it only right, because he said, she has lived with me in shame for 25 years, and many consequences and inconsequences I don't need to talk to you about. And so when the priest came, we were married, with these two witnesses and the blessing of the Holy and Apostolic Church. Now it seems that marriage does people a world of good, because there's no question that I suddenly felt much better. I got up and we put my death off for the time being. Naturally, there are no sick people in the house. There is no need for nurses or any such thing. So why don't you go and look after your sister? Disgusting acts in front of a dying woman. Walk out of here on your own 2 feet and find yourself another house.
Sure.
Oh, if you really want to enjoy yourself, why don't you go to the house I used to inhabit?
Where?
Ask Don Domenico. He'll tell you. The place he frequented and where he's still a frequent guest. Off you go.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Good night.
Was that the way to treat her?
Watch yourself.
You are a real devil, you are. Whoever gets near you has to keep their eyes open. And you have to remember every word you say and wait carefully. You're like a poisonous insect who destroys anything it touches. A little earlier, you said to me, there's something I want from you, and you're going to give it to me. Well, it isn't money, because you know that's not a problem. I don't always give you money. So what is it? Answer me now!
I'm teaching you, bright canary, many, many, many things. He's hopping upon my finger. Listen to the song he sings. You know that song, Tommy? You're that little bird.
Don't play with fire! You're driving me crazy!
Our children are our children.
And what is that supposed to mean?
I want them to know who their mother is. I want them to know what I've done for them. I want them to love me. I don't want them to be ashamed in front of others. I don't want them to feel humiliated every time they're given a document where they ask for their family name. I want them to have my name. I want them to have a family they can go to talk things over with.
What name?
My name. My married name. Soriano.
I knew it, but I wanted to hear the sacrilege from your own lips before I bash your head in, before I trample you underfoot like a snake. Yes, like a poisonous snake. You killed to liberate any poor innocents. What? In my house? My name? Those sons of who? Your sons. I can't answer that. Yours and who else's? I don't know, and you probably don't know either. But they're not taking food in this house. I swear on my father's
No, don't. Because of the vow I've made that I've had to stay with you all these years. Don't make a vow you might not be able to keep, Domenico, because you would die down. Because one day you'd come to me and beg me on your knees. And I couldn't because of that vow.
What are you talking about, you witch? But I am not afraid of you. You don't frighten me.
Why do you keep saying it then?
Shut up! You, go and give me my jacket. You're leaving this house tomorrow. I'm getting a lawyer and I'm taking you to court. It was a setup. I have witnesses. And if the law won't help me, I'll murder you, Filumena. I'll finally free the world of your presence.
And put me where?
Wherever you want. You, my jacket. Go and get the lawyer tomorrow, and we'll talk then,
Yeah.
Filumena Marturano.
We'll talk then. Sit down, Rosalia.
You'll soon find what stuff Domenico Soriano is made of.
I'm teaching a bright canary, many.
Oh no! Remember that laugh, Filumena Marturano. Remember that laugh. Come on,
Morning, Lucy.
Why you go walking all over with your big feet?
What am I supposed to do? Walking on my hands?
I sweated blood over this. Now you're going to spoil it with your footprints.
What footprints? Oh. I'm tired. So tired. I have been sitting all night with Don Domenico on the low wall across the Caracciolo seafront. I haven't slept a wink. It was getting cold, too. Why did God decide my life had to be linked with his? Not that I'm complaining, for the love of the Holy Mother of God. I've had a good life. I've had enough to live on, and we've had some good times together, him with me and me with him. Oh, dear God, let him live 1,000 years. But quietly, calmly. I am 60 years of age. I cannot spend the rest of my life sitting up all night with a desperate man. Lucia, Pietro, here and get me a cup of coffee.
There isn't any.
No coffee?
No, there was yesterday's coffee. I had a cup, and Donna Rosalia wanted one from Donna Filomena, and I've kept one for Don Domenico in case he comes back.
In case he comes back.
Yes, in case he comes back. Donna Rosalia did not make any coffee this morning.
Couldn't you make it yourself?
Me? Make coffee? I don't know how.
What a useless girl you are sometimes. Why didn't Rosalia make any?
She left early this morning. She said she had 3 urgent letters to deliver from Donna Filomena.
From Donna Filomena? 3? 3?
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
I'm not going to survive if I don't have that cup of coffee. You know what you're going to do? You're going to take the cup you kept for Don Domenico and divide it into 2 and put some water in his.
What if he notices?
He won't. He might not even come back. He was so angry. And even if he does come back, I need it more than he does. I'm older than him, and it was not my idea to stay out all night.
I'll heat it up and bring it to him. Donna Rosalia, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to bring you the coffee?
Yes, even more now that Donna Rosalia is here. She can make fresh coffee for Don Domenico, but I have to have that cup of coffee. Hello, Rosalia. Lost your tongue?
I didn't see you.
You didn't see me? What am I, a flea on the carpet?
Yes, a circus flea with a cough.
I see you've already been out this morning.
So,
And where have you been?
too early, Mass.
Mass. And then you took 3 letters from Donna Filomena.
If you're so well informed, why do you ask?
To be pleasant. And where did you take them?
I told you already. You're a circus flea with a cough.
What's all this about the coughing?
You talk. You're always talking. You're a spy.
Since when did I ever spy on you?
Me? What is there to spy on? My life is as clear as the water from the mountains. Born in 1870. Add it up and you'll see how old I am now. From poor but honest people. My mother, Sofia Trombetta, was a washerwoman, and my father, Procopio Solimene, the village farrier. Rosalia Solimene, that's me. And Vincenzo Bagliore, who repaired umbrellas, regularized their relationship in holy matrimony on the 2nd of November, 1887.
The day you remember the dead.
So, we were supposed to ask your advice?
Now go on.
From that union, 3 sons came into the world at one go. And when the midwife took the news to my husband in his workshop, she found him with his head in a basin.
He was washing his hair?
His head was in a basin because he had had a stroke, which snatched him away in the prime of his life from the bosom of his family. My parents were dead, the 2 of them.
And the husband makes 3.
With both parents dead and 3 sons to bring up on my own, I went to live near San Liborio in a 1-room basement, number 80. And I started to sell fly swaths and holy pictures and hats for the feast day of Piedigrotta. The fly swaths I made myself to earn a little extra money. I did what I could for my sons. And it's in San Liborio that I got to know Filumena, who used to play with my boys. When they were 21, not finding any work, they left Naples. One went to America, one went to Australia, and one went to...
Argentina.
No. Yes, you're right. Have I told you this story before? I never heard a word from any one of them since. I was alone. Me, and the fly swaths, and the holy pictures, and the hats for the feast day of Pia di Grotta. And if it hadn't been for Donna Filomena, who took me into this house when she got together with Don Domenico, I would now be on the steps of some church, sleeping rough and begging for alms. That's it. End of the film. Lights up.
A new program tomorrow. But where did you take them?
Having been entrusted with a mission of the utmost delicacy, you don't expect me to open it to public cretiny, do you?
You're so unpleasant. This evil of yours has twisted your soul, and you're ugly as well.
I'm not after a good match now.
I've lost a button on my shirt. You couldn't sew it on for me.
Tomorrow, if I have time.
And I need some new elastic for my pants.
Go and buy some and I'll sew it on for you. Now, excuse me, please.
Is that coffee?
Yes, it is.
Give it to me. Oh, geez.
You needed that.
Oh, yes.
So did I.
Bring him a cup of coffee.
Bring it anyway.
What's going on?
Lucia said the coffee was cold. I told her to bring it anyway.
Oh, I should heat it up and bring it to you. Have you been to the lawyer?
Of course.
When is he coming?
He was very busy, but sometime today without fail.
What if it's no good?
If it's no good, I'll go down and get one at the cafe.
Get what?
My coffee!
I don't give a damn about your coffee, Alfredo. What I'm saying is, what if it's no good? What if there's nothing I can do? What then?
It's terrible.
What do you know?
What do I know? It's disgusting.
You're right, it's disgusting exactly. She's made a real mess.
She's never known how to make it right.
I'll take her to court. I will go to the Supreme Court if necessary.
Don't do me, that's a bit strong for a cup of coffee.
I don't give a damn about your coffee, Alfredo. I am talking about my affair. Sit down. Why am I talking to you about this? What can I talk to you about, eh? I can talk about the past, but can I talk about the present? Look, Alfredo Amoroso. Look at your wrinkles, jowls hanging down your face. Your hair is grey. Even your eyes are blank, the eyes of a second childhood.
Oh, dear God.
The years pass for everyone. Do you remember Domini?
Why, is he dead?
He's dead, all right. Domini Soriano is dead and buried.
The Mimi, but of course. Oh, God.
How black his moustache. Straight, shiny, slick.
We turn night into day. Whoever had time to sleep, eh?
Sleep, tell me about it.
Do you remember that young girl in Capemont? Beautiful she was. Oh, Jesus. Let's run away together, she used to say. I can hear her still. And the bed's wife.
You are taking me back. Her sister-in-law was a hairdresser. I tried to go after her, but our characters did not suit.
I had the best carriages, eh? Remember how I used to drive them in the park? There was still a riding lane in those days.
You looked like a film star.
Brown and grey. Those were my colors. My hat, riding whip in my hand. I had the best horses too, eh? Do you remember Silver Eyes?
How can I ever forget her? By God, what a filly, what a beauty. and a rump like the moon. When you stood there facing her behind, it was like the new moon rising at the creation. I was madly in love with her. That's why things did not work out with the hairdresser. And when you sold her, Alfredo Amoroso had this terrible pain in his heart. I have never got over it.
London, Paris, the races. I thought I was a god. I thought I could do anything I wanted, without restraint, without rules. I was master of the universe. I was master of the mountains. I was master of the seas. I was master of my own life. And now I've lost my willpower, my appetite. And everything I do is to prove to myself that I still have control over me, things, and death. So I fight on. I have to fight on. Don Domenico Soriano does not bend to circumstance. Okay, what did you learn? Any news?
They keep me in the dark. You know, Donna Filumena can't stand the sight of me. What I ever did to her, I shall never know. But Lucia says that Rosalia took 3 urgent letters for Donna Filumena.
Give me a kiss. What's keeping that girl? Luci!
What is it, Donna Filomena?
Take the sheets. Make her bed in the little room next to the stove. Wait, I need your room as well.
What about my things?
You'll have to sleep in the cupboard in the kitchen. Go on, take the sheets away.
Fine.
Oh, you're here?
No, I am part of the furniture. May I ask what is the meaning of all of these changes in my house?
Of course. A man and a woman should have no secrets from each other. I need 2 more bedrooms.
And for whom?
For my sons. There would have been 3, but one is married and has 4 children, so he's staying at home.
Really? There's even a pack of grandchildren in the family. And what is the name of this lost tribe, eh?
For the moment, they have mine. But later, they'll have yours.
Not without my consent. I don't think so.
Oh, you'll give it to me. You'll give it.
I'll kick them out. Do you hear? I will kick them out.
Close the door, Rosalia.
Sir, the Signorina Diana's outside with another gentleman.
Tell them to come in.
They want you to come out to them. They're afraid of Donna Filomena.
Look at this. You think I have the mob's godmother living in my house? Tell Diana she can come in without fear. I am here.
Filomena sees her, she'll strangle her.
What do you think is going on in here? She's nothing. I want everybody to understand that. She has no rights in this house.
She won't come in. She can't answer for her nerves.
Who's with her?
She says he's a lawyer, but I think he's afraid as well.
Look at this. We're 3 men here.
You counter me out. You have family business to discuss, and I have things to do in the kitchen. You call me if you need me.
What do you want me to do?
No, I'll go myself. Christian, come in. Don't embarrass me any further. This is my house.
No, my dear Domenico. After that little scene of yesterday, I simply could not bear to find myself face to face with that woman.
Please, Diana, you are humiliating me. Come in. Don't be afraid.
Afraid? No, I am never afraid. Not even in my dreams. I simply would not be able to tolerate that kind of behavior.
I am here.
Yes, but you were here yesterday.
I was taken by surprise. I assure you there is no need to fear a thing. Come in, Mr. Nocella. Come in, please. Make yourself at home.
Where is she?
Please, I repeat, there is no need to be afraid. Sit down. Well?
I have rooms in the same pensione as the Signorina Diana. We met there some time ago.
Mr. Nocella can vouch for me and inform you as to who I am and what I do.
We meet occasionally in the dining room of the pensione. I don't spend much time there, you understand. I have court cases, many clients, and my appearances at the pensione...
Excuse me, Domenico. Do you mind if we change chairs? I'd rather sit with your place.
Do you still think that?
Yesterday at dinner, I was telling Mr. Nocella about your case with Donna Filumena.
Oh, we had a laugh.
Absolutely not. I didn't laugh at all.
The, Signorina Diana was here, pretending to be a nurse.
Pretending? I never pretend. Not even in my dreams. I am a nurse, and how? I have all these diplomas. I never told you, did I, Domenico?
No, you didn't.
Well, why would I have told you after all? I told Mr. Notera about your situation, and your despair over being tied to a woman you never wanted. And Mr. Notera explained that the law would...
Would you mind moving into the study? It would be more comfortable there, Mr. Nocella, please.
Yes, it might be better.
What does he say?
Wait and see. You look ever so worn out. Poor thing.
In here, please. Sit down, please.
Thank you.
Over there. I don't know when Donna Filomena will see you.
That's quite all right. I'll be fine here.
In there, please. Over there.
This isn't going to take all day. I run a business, and if the boss isn't there, the staff stand around and twiddle their thumbs.
You have your own business? How many people work there?
Well, me and another fellow. Hey, where are you going?
I am the staff. My boss is in the other room. I've got to scrub the floor.
You shouldn't be scrubbing floors with a face like yours.
I don't, senor. I'll use a scrubbing brush.
Don't joke. I mean it. You should be a model or an actress.
Go away.
Really? The next time you're passing, call in and see me at my shop.
You have your own shop?
Number 74 in the Via Chiaia. Drop in anytime. I'll slip a tape measure around you.
Is it a dress shop?
No, not really. It's a menswear shop. I sell caps and ties, and I make men's shirts.
That's not the shop for me.
I could make you a shirt.
Are you mad? Do you want to put me in a man's shirt? Go away.
No, listen. I serve both men and women. I put shirts on the men, and I take them off for women.
Stop it! I may look like an actress, but I don't behave like one. If you take one step further forward, I'll call Donna Filomena. Donna Filomena! Can't you see there's somebody watching?
Oh, I didn't know we had an audience. Hello, and how are you?
You don't know anything. You've got me all wrong.
I'll get to know you better. When are you coming to see me in my shop?
Number 74?
Number 74. When are you coming?
Wait and see.
She's nice, that one. Half an hour with her, and you know about it, eh?
Yes, she's all right.
She's more than all right. What are you, a priest, or is there something wrong with
No,
you?
I beg your pardon.
Through here, Michele.
What is it this time, Malucci? Not the tap on the bath again. I only changed the washer last week.
There's nothing wrong with the bath.
And so the waste pipe under the kitchen sink is all clogged up. I'll be telling Donna Filomena what you've been doing with your tea leaves.
You tell her, I'll go and fetch her for you. Oh, and it can't be tea leaves because everyone in this house drinks coffee. And there's nothing wrong with the waste pipe under the kitchen sink.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you got a light?
No, I haven't.
Never mind. I have not seen you here before. Are you a relative or are you waiting to see someone?
What are you, a plumber or a private detective?
What do you mean?
You're the kind of man who likes to talk. I don't like to talk. I don't have time to talk.
Well, there's no need to get nasty. I am only asking you a civil question.
I'm only giving a civil answer. You take care of your blocked up sinks and your bath tap washers. I look after my own affairs.
Oh, well, excuse me, I did not know I was talking to God Almighty.
Oh, he's not God Almighty. He's just a very rude man.
And what's wrong with
Well, you are. You walk in here into somebody else's house as if you own the place. You try to make it with the maid.
But of course.
She gives you the cold shoulder and you try to insult
I
me.
never did.
Oh, yes, you did. And now this poor fellow, he walks in here and you treat him like a piece of dirt.
Excuse me, but who are you calling a poor fellow? Thanks very much, but I can handle my own affairs. You keep out of it.
Okay, okay.
And you be careful how you speak to people. Politeness costs nothing, and it's better than losing all your teeth. Lucky for you, we're guests in someone else's house.
Oh, shut up. You bore me.
Say that again?
Certainly. You bore me. You're an ignorant pig. I don't care if we're in somebody else's house. I'll knock your teeth out just the same.
Oh, come on, try me, I dare you.
Don't force me to do it. I can't be bothered.
Go away before I spoil the crease in your trousers, you tailor's dummy.
That's it. That's enough. Who are you calling a tailor's dummy?
And who are you calling an ignorant pig?
I ask you first, who are you calling a tailor's dummy?
What is up there?
No, we're in
But can't you see what...
What
are you doing? Are you... You know what?
Do you let me get my ass?
What is wrong with you?
Come here, you.
Let go! What's going on in here? Where do you think you are, in the slums?
I was trying to separate them.
So was I.
Me too.
Now, who was fighting?
Him!
You are disgraceful, one against the other like that. Put the table in the middle. Put the table in the middle. Sit down. Anyway, boys, how are things?
Great, thank God.
And the children?
Fine. Last week the second one had a bit of a fever. He'd eaten 2 kilos of grapes in secret. Oh, his stomach, it was as hard as a drum. You know, with 4 kids, one or the other, they're always in trouble. But thank God they love castor oil. When I give it to one, the other 3 start screaming and crying for it. So I purged them all together to avoid a revolution, and I lined them up on their potties, and there they sit good as gold.
Madam, I received your letter. Your name, sick and simpliciter, it told me nothing. Fortunately, there was a return address on the envelope, and I remembered you're the same Donna Filumena who I met almost every evening when I went down to get my newspaper. And that once, I even had the pleasure of accompanying you to this very address because your feet were hurting. You were even pleased to take my arm. I recognized the address.
My feet were killing me.
What's all this about?
And the shop, going well?
Well, why shouldn't it go well? Mind you, if all of my customers were like you, I'd close down in a month. You don't like this one, that was not right, you're going to think about it. By the time you're finished, I need a troop of servants to put the shop back in place.
Ah, you won't have to worry about me much longer.
You're the customer, but when I see you come into my shop, I break into such a sweat, I have to change my shirt.
Boys, I've called you here over a serious matter. If you'd like to come out to the terrace with me, we'll be quiet.
Let it go, Filumena. Don't complicate matters unnecessarily. Even I, without being a lawyer, understood as much. It was blindingly obvious. Mr. Nocella is a lawyer, and he will explain everything. The lady made a mistake, and she brought you here as a...
Wait a moment. I haven't made a mistake. I asked them to come here. It's nothing to do with you.
Must we discuss these matters in public?
Excuse me, would you wait outside the terrace for a few moments, please?
I really think you're taking advantage of other people's courtesy.
I thought I told you this was a serious matter. Now get out there with the others. I'll call you when I need you.
All right, all right.
Well?
I'll make you some coffee.
Mr. Nocella, the lawyer, will explain everything.
I don't don't hold much truck with the law. What's all this about?
Madam, I must repeat that I am in no way concerned in this business.
What are you doing here then?
I meant I am not concerned in that this gentleman is not my client, nor did he ask me to come here.
So what happened? Your voices told you to come?
No.
Well, somebody must have ordered you here.
Madam, I am not a man whom one orders about.
Why don't you let him talk?
I was told about the present circumstances by the young lady. Where is she?
She has nothing.
I see. She's in there. She's afraid to show her face. Fine. Let's talk.
As far as the circumstances were described to me by the young lady, well, that is, by this gentleman here, there is Article 101, which I have copied here for your perusal. Article 101, marriage when either of the parties is in imminent danger of death. It explains everything here, but you see, in your case, there was no imminent danger of death, because your imminent danger of death, according to this gentleman here, was a fiction.
And I have witnesses. Alfredo, Rosalia, Lucia, the concierge.
Headu?
All of them. As soon as the priest had left the room, she jumped out of bed and shouted, "We are man and wife."
Article 122 would then be in the gentleman's favor. Article 122, matrimony in the case of violence or error. The marriage may be annulled if either of the parties resorts to extortion, misleading information, or blatant deception. There was clearly deception in the matter we are discussing. Therefore, according to Article 122, the marriage is null and void.
I don't understand the words you're saying.
You were supposed to die.
That is not correct. Marriage cannot be submitted to any conditions. There is the article, I can't remember the number, which says if the parties agree to a fixed term for the marriage or a condition, the official or the priest are forbidden to proceed.
You said yourself you were never in imminent danger of death.
You don't understand this any more than I do. Would you please speak to me in a human language?
Well, here is the article. You may read it for yourself.
I don't know how to read. Anyway, why should I grasp a piece of paper?
As you are not in imminent danger of death, the marriage is null and void.
And the priest?
He'll tell you the same. In fact, you have offended the Holy Sacrament by deceiving a representative of the Church. The marriage is void.
It's void because I didn't die.
Precisely.
And if I had died?
Then the marriage would have remained valid.
And he could have remarried and had children?
Yes, but he would have had to be a widower first. That young lady would have been the wife of the widower of the Signora Soriano.
You see, you could have been my wife, if only you died.
Really? I've tried to save my family for 25 years and the law says I can't do it. And that's justice.
The law cannot sustain your actions even for humanitarian reasons and collude with a deception perpetuated on a third party. Don Domenico Soriano has no intention of being joined to you in matrimony.
You had better believe that. And if you don't, call your own lawyer.
I believe it. Not because of what this lawyer says, but because I'm looking at you straight. You think I don't know you. You've taken on that look of master of the house. You calm down. You never could lie to me, Domenico.
So, Mr. Nocella, we may proceed with the formalities.
If you wish to instruct me to act on your behalf, then of course...
I don't want you. You can go ahead. I don't want this marriage either. I wasn't really on my deathbed. I was trying to deceive you. I wanted to steal your name. But I only knew my own law. The law that makes people laugh, not the law that makes people cry. Come in here, you lot!
Let it go now, Filumena.
Shut up! Kids, you're grown men. I want you to listen to me. There are people in this world with its laws and its rules. The world governed by pen and paper. Domenico Soriano and this lawyer here. And then there's me, Filumena Maturano, with her own laws. The one who doesn't know how to cry. Because Domenico Soriano here says he's never seen tears in my eyes. So you see how dry my eyes are, like stones in the desert. You are my sons.
Filumena!
Who are you to stop me telling my sons are my sons? It's not against one of your laws, is it? You are my sons. And I am Filumena Maturana, and I don't need to say anything more. You're young men. You've heard things about me. Yes, best to say nothing more. At least from when I was 17. Before, well, Mr. Lawyer, I don't suppose you've heard about those hovels. In San Giovaniello, Tribunale, Balunetto, black holes full of smoke. In the summer you can't breathe with the people inside. And in the winter the cold makes your teeth chatter. Those hovels, no light till noon. Excuse me, I'm not telling it right. Where no light shines even at midday, but it's better to be too cold than too hot. It was in one of those hovels, in the slums of San Liborio, that I lived with my family. How many were we? A crowd. I don't know what happened to my family. I don't want to know. I don't remember them. Faces always turned away. People always angry with each other. We went to bed without a good night. We got up without a good morning. My father only talked to me once. Still made me shake. I was 13 and he said to me, "You're growing into a young woman now, and there's no food here, you know that." At night, when we closed the door, we couldn't breathe. In the evening, we'd all sit together, a pot in the middle of the table, a pile of forks. Maybe it wasn't like that, but every time I put my fork in, I felt those looks on my faces as if I was stealing the food. I was 17. I used to watch the girls going by, wonderfully dressed with beautiful shoes. I looked at them as they hung from the arms of their fiancés. One night, I met a friend of mine. Almost didn't recognize her. She was so well dressed. She said to me, "You do this, you do this, you do this." That night I didn't sleep, the hate. And that's when I met you, remember? In that house which seemed like a palace to me. One evening I went back to San Liborio. My heart was beating. I thought they won't look at me in the face, they'll throw me out. Instead, they didn't say a word. They sat me down, they patted my arm, and they looked at me as if I was better than them, intimidating even. Only my mother, when I went to say goodbye, had tears in her eyes. I never went back. The family, I've worried about my family for 25 years. I brought you up, I made men out of you. I stole from him to bring you up.
Hey, it's all right. What else could you do but what you did?
I have so many things I want to say to you, but I find it difficult to express myself. I'll write you a letter.
I don't know how to read.
I'll come and I'll read it out to you myself.
He's gone.
It's his character. I'll go to his shop tomorrow and try to have a word with him.
You can come and live with us. It's a small house, but we'll all fit in. It even has a pretty balcony. My children, they ask me why they don't have a grandmother. I invent reasons. But tonight, when I go home, I am going to tell them, here she is. Here is your grandmother. Oh, what a celebration. Let's go.
I'm going with you. Go downstairs, wait together a few minutes. I have to say something to Don Domenico.
Hurry up. Are you coming?
Yes, I'm coming with you.
Come on. Oh, I knew there was something. I felt it.
Would you wait a few moments, please?
Actually, I need to be going.
I'm only asking for 2 minutes of your time. I would like you to be here when I finish talking to Don Domenico. Please sit down in there. I'm going now, Domenico. I'm going away. You can go ahead. I won't deny anything. You're free.
If only you'd agreed to take some money without making all of this fuss.
I'll get my things tomorrow.
You know, you're crazy. You ruined the peace of mind of those poor young men. What made you do it? Why did you tell them?
Because one of those boys is your son.
Who's going to believe you?
One of those boys is your son.
Keep quiet. Keep quiet.
I could have told you all three were your sons and you would have believed me. I would have made you believe me. But it's not true. Why didn't I tell you before? Because you would have ignored the other two, and I want them all to be treated the same.
It's not true.
It's true, Doom. You won't remember this. You used to go off to London, Paris, the races, your will. And when you came back, you always gave me 100 little notes. But one night amongst so many, you said to me, Filumena, let's pretend we're in love with each other. And you put out the light. That night, I really did love you. But you, once you got what you wanted, you put on the light and you left me 100 lira note. I wrote a date on that note. I know how to write numbers. And then you went away, and I waited. How I waited like a saint. But you didn't say anything. And when I realized that you hadn't understood anything, I went back to the way I was.
Which one?
No, I'll never tell you. I want them all to be the same.
It's not true. You would have told me at the time just to tie me down. The only weapon you would have had against me was your son. And you, Filumena Arturano, would have used that weapon immediately.
No, you would have made me get rid of it. The way you thought then. And now you haven't changed a bit. You would have told me to get rid of it not once, but 100 times. I was afraid to tell you. It's only because of me you haven't said at all.
Who is
no,
he?
I won't tell you. I want them all to be the same.
They will all be the same. They're your sons. I don't know them. I don't want to know them. Go away. Get out of here. And if you ever set foot in my house again, I swear...
No, don't swear. Remember yesterday when I told you not to make a promise. Because one day you'd come to me crying, begging for my pity. That's why I told you to be careful. Now, if you ever say a word of what I've just told you to any one of my sons, I'll kill you. Not the way you say it, Doomie, the way you've been saying it for 25 years, but the way Filumena says it. I'll kill you! Mr. Nocella, you can come out now. You can come out as well. It's all right, I'm going. You've won. I won't hurt you. I'm going now, Rosalia. I'll get my things tomorrow. I wish you all well, and I beg your pardon, Mr. Nocella, for the connivance I've caused you. Have you understood everything, Mr. Doomie? I'm telling you this in front of everybody. Keep it to yourself. I wrote a number on this. A number I'm keeping. Here, you don't pay for your children!
You've just been out?
I went on an errand for Donna Filumena.
What kind of errand?
I need you to list. I went to the alleyway of San Liborio.
What for?
You really are jealous.
Oh, I'm not jealous. I'm only interested.
I'm just joking. I'll tell you, but don't tell her I said anything because she doesn't want you to know.
Well, in that case, don't tell me anything.
No, I think I should tell you because it is so much to her credit. She made me take 1,000 lira and 50 candles to the Madonna of the Roses. She asked me to tell the woman who sells the candles and flowers in the street to light up all 50 candles at exactly 6 o'clock. And you know why? Because it is at exactly 6 o'clock that you're getting married. So right then, when you're making your vows, 50 candles will light up before the Madonna of the Roses.
I see.
You've got yourself a saint there, a saint. She's even got younger. She looks like a little girl. I always said to her, Don Domenico will never be able to forget you. He only had this marriage annulled on a point of principle. But I could already see this wedding. I had it in front of my eyes.
All right, all right. Why don't you go in there and help Donna Filumena?
I'm going. If it wasn't for her, I would have come to a bad end myself. But she brought me to this house. This is where I've lived, this is where I'll stay, and this is where I'll die.
Whatever you say.
I have everything prepared. A long white dress with a lace collar, white cloth, and a white cap for my head. Everything is folded, wrapped up safely, and put away until it is needed. We know all about it, me and Donna Filumena, and she will be the one to dress me because I have no one else in the world. Maybe one day my sons will come back. I live with that hope inside of me. Now, excuse me.
So be it.
Why are you following? The clock's hour at 5 o'clock.
6. The ceremony is at 6.
But the one has made an appointment.
I was punctual.
We said we'd meet at 5. I will only have 3/4 of an hour late.
Only 3/4 of an hour.
When somebody says 5, they always mean half an hour later. 5:30, 5:45.
Maybe tomorrow or even next month.
Listen, young man. I have 4 kids. I cannot afford when you watch my kids broke the last one.
Good evening, sir.
Sir? Sir.
Good evening. So, you're not talking anymore. You were talking just now.
Quite.
Yes, sir. We were talking. And then...
Oh, well, we had to stop sooner or later.
The minute you saw me. So, you were late.
Yes, sir, I was.
And you were punctual.
I was, sir.
What about you?
Exactly on time, sir.
Exactly on time. Sir. Why don't you sit down? The ceremony is at 6. We have a little time before the priest comes. And we're amongst ourselves. Filumena did not want anybody else. I wanted to say this to you. I know I've said it already. This, yes, sir. Well, I don't like it.
Quite.
Quite.
But you never told us what you wanted us to call you.
I didn't tell you because I'd hope you'd feel it for yourselves. Tonight I am marrying your mother. Tomorrow you will all have my name, Soriano.
I'm saying, but I think we are all agreed on this matter. We're not children anymore. We are grown men. And we can't, with any ease or in all honesty, call you what you so justly and so generously are proposing we call you. Some things have to be felt, inside.
And you don't feel. Let's call it a need. Inside. A need to call someone like me, well, for example, Dad.
I wouldn't know how to lie to you, and it would not be fair to you to do so. But at least for the moment, no.
And you?
No, me neither.
What about you?
No, sir.
Well, maybe with time you'll get used to it. It would give me great pleasure. I am so glad to have you here. You're 3 good lads. You all have work, and you all work hard, and the work may be different for each of you, but you work hard with goodwill and tenacity. And you're a clerk. And you go about your work with application and pride. And you write articles.
Oh, and some short stories.
So, you want to be a great writer?
No, I don't have that kind of pretension.
Why not? You are young. I know that to succeed in such a profession you need passion and a native gift.
I don't have the native gift. If you knew how often I'm discouraged, and I say to myself, Umberto, my boy, you've made a mistake. You're on the wrong track. Take a different road.
So what would you like to do?
Well, who knows? Boys have so many dreams.
Life's a matter of chance. You know why I have my shop in Chiaia? Because I fell in love with a seamstress.
So, you like women?
Well, nothing wrong with that. You know what my problem is? I can't find my type. I see a girl I like, I think she's the one. I'll marry her. And then I see another girl and I like that one better. Each new girl I'm with is better than the one I was with before.
Whereas you're more cautious, more cautious and careful as far as women are concerned, eh?
Up to a certain point. Today, you don't have to be too cautious. The streets, they are teeming with beautiful girls. It's choosing one that's difficult. Me, I keep trying them out until I find the right one.
What about you? Do you like women?
Me, I got trapped very quickly. I met my wife and that was it. Now, I have to keep both the shoes on. My wife doesn't mess about. So, I stay on the straight and narrow, but not because I don't like women, but because I am terrified of my wife.
So, even you like women? When I was young, I used to love to sing. There were 7 of us friends. The fashion was for serenades. We'd have supper on the terrace, the moon would rise, and we'd take out the mandolins and start to sing. Which one of you sings?
I don't.
Me neither.
I can sing.
You can.
Yes, I am always singing in my work. How else would I get through my work?
Let me hear you sing.
What, me?
Come
what do you
on.
want to hear?
Anything you want.
No, I am too shy.
Didn't you say you sang when you were working?
Yes, but that's different.
No, it isn't, Michaeli.
All right. Do you know the Core Ingrato? Oh, what a song. Core ingrato, t'hai pigliato a vita mia, tutto è passato, io non ci penso più.
You call that singing? Where's your voice?
What do you mean? You just heard me.
If you call that singing, I can do it just as well.
If you call that singing, anybody can do it. Let me hear you.
I don't usually have
on,
a
Ricardo, I just sang
for
for
us.
you. Come on.
But if you insist. Core grato, t'hai pigliato vita mia, tutto è passato, io non ci penso più.
Stop. It's not your fault. You're all emotional. It's not possible. 3 Neapolitans and they can't sing. Who cannot sing?
What do you mean you can't see? This dress doesn't hang right.
You're the only one to find something wrong, Donna Filomena. Believe me, I see nothing. And I've been dressing you how many years?
You have some cheek. How can you look at me straight and say this dress hangs right?
So what do you want me to do? Say it doesn't fit when it does?
Good evening, Mum.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, congratulations.
Good evening, and congratulations.
You're all here. You want to know why this dress doesn't hang right? Because there's some material missing. You've helped yourself to a piece of my material to make a dress for your little girl.
No, really.
I once saw your little girl dressed in some of my material.
Oh, you shouldn't talk like that. Oh, as if I was some petty thief. Of course, when there's some bit of material left over, I always like. But I never cheat a client. No, that wouldn't be right.
Donna Filomena, you look beautiful. You look like a real bride.
How else was this dress supposed to hang then?
Without robbing me of my material. Is that understood?
Don't talk like that again, as if I was some petty thief. There wasn't this much material left over when I'd finished.
Filumena, I want to talk to you for a moment.
Oh, God, for shoes.
Why don't you put on a new pair? Teresina! Would you mind leaving us for a moment?
I am going anyway. Goodbye, and congratulations. How else was this dress supposed to hang then?
You three, go into the study and look after our witnesses. Give them a drink. Rosalia, you go with them.
You chose the wrong profession. You should be singing at the opera.
You look really lovely, Filumena. Just like a young girl. And if I were calm and at peace, I could tell you a man could lose his head over you.
I think everything is finally ready. I've been distracted all day.
But I am not calm. I am not at peace.
How can you be? Lucia is the only one we can depend on for anything. Alfredo and Rosalia are much too old.
Don't change the subject. You know what I am driving at. You're the only one who can give me this calm, this peace of mind.
Me?
Remember how many times I came to you after our marriage had been annulled? Many, many times. You always made them tell me you were out. I came to you, and I asked you to marry me.
And here we are getting married.
And you're happy. You seem to be happy.
Of course. How can I not be?
Then please, make me happy as well. Sit down. Listen to me. I've done everything you've asked of me, Filumena. You don't know how many times in the past months I've tried to talk to you. I couldn't. I kept trying with all of my heart to overcome my embarrassment, but I kept losing my nerve. I know how delicate the subject is, and I don't want to make it awkward for you. But Filumena, tonight we're getting married. Tonight we'll stand in front of God like two youngsters who believe that love can be satisfied in the simplest and most natural way. But Filumena, we've lived our lives already. I am 52 years old. You're 48. We're two fully formed human beings who have to understand what they're doing, the reasons for it, and who must take complete responsibility for their actions. You know why you're marrying me. I don't know why I'm marrying you. All I know is that I am marrying you because you told me that one of those boys was my son.
Is that the only reason?
No. I love you as well. We've been together for 25 years. 25 years represents a whole life of memories, nostalgia, intimacy. And I realize how lost I would be without you. Some things you just feel, and I feel it. I know you so well. That's why I can talk to you like this. You can't let me go on like this. I haven't had a moment's peace. 10 months have gone by since that evening, remember? I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't breathe. I can't live. You don't know what it's like in here. The pain in my heart. It cuts my breath. Look. I can't breathe. Look. See? It won't go in. You live, Filumena. You understand me. You even love me a little. You can't let me go on like this. Remember that night you promised, you asked me not to make any vows. I listened to you. I didn't swear. And now I've earned the right. I've earned the right to come begging for your pity. And here I am, as you predicted, at your feet, at your knees. I kiss your hands, I kiss your clothes. Tell me, Filumena, tell me which one is my son, my flesh, my blood. Tell me for your own sake, so you don't believe you've blackmailed me.
You really want to know? All right, I'll tell you. But you know what you'll do as soon as you learn which of them is your son. You'll keep him close to you. You'll wish him a better future than the others. And you'll find ways of giving him more money.
And so?
All right. Anyway, he needs your help. He has 4 children.
It's the plumber.
The master plumber, like Rosalia says.
He's a good lad. He has his feet planted firmly on the ground. And he's healthy. But why did he marry so young? What can he be earning with that workshop? But if he had some capital, he could open a larger workshop. He could hire some labor. He could become the boss. He could open another shop and start selling the latest models in plumbers too. Yes. The plumber. The most needy one. The one who married too young.
What mother wouldn't do the same? You try to help the weak. But you want this idiot, you're too clever. It's Ricardo.
The shirt maker.
No, it's Umberto, the writer.
Don't do this to me, Filomena! Don't put my back up against the wall!
Listen carefully, Dumi, and then let's not talk about it ever again. I've loved you. I've loved you all my life with all my heart. You were like a god to me. And I still love you, maybe even more than before. What have you done with your life, Dumi? You must have wanted to suffer. God gave you everything you needed to be happy. Health, looks, money, and me. Yes, me. I would have done everything to keep you from being hurt. I would have kept my secret even on my deathbed. And you would have remained the kind-hearted gentleman whose generosity helped 3 unfortunate children. Don't ask me again, because I can't tell you I mustn't. And you must remain a gentleman and not question me. Because the way I love you, I might give in to you in a moment of weakness. And that, to me, would be a ruin. You must have seen how you behaved when I told you it was the plumber who was your son. You started talking about money, capital, a large shop. You were concerned only about him. Oh, you were saying to yourself, it's my money. Why can't I give it to the one who is my son? They're grown men now, not children. Your preference would make enemies of them. We'll never have our children now, Dumi. We've lost our children. Our children are the ones we cuddle in our arms when they're small. The ones we worry about when they're ill, and they can't explain when it hurts. The ones who run to you and climb your arms crying for you. And the ones who come home from school with cold hands and red noses and look all around the house for you to beg for a treat. But when they're grown up, when they're men, and when they're not your sons, they will... It's not too late, Dumi. I won't be angry. Let's leave things as they are and go our separate ways.
The priest is here.
Mom!
Let's leave things as they are. We'll go our own separate ways. I have something to say to you. I am a gentleman, and I would not want to deceive you. I want you to listen to me now.
Yes, Dad? Yes, Dad? Yes, Dad?
Thank you. Thank you for that. When people get married, it's the father who leads the bride down the aisle. We have no parents here, only sons. So, 2 of you will walk with the bride, and 1 of you will walk with me.
We'll go with Mom.
What's the time?
5 minutes to 6.
Rosalia?
Don't worry, the candles will be lit by 6.
Let's go.
And you, take my arm.
You need a rest. I need to be leaving as well. I have to look after the workshop in the morning.
Congratulations. Congratulations, congratulations. What a beautiful wedding. I wish you 100 years, my girl. And you could be my girl, you could.
It was a beautiful wedding.
Rosalia, could you get me a glass of water, please?
Straight away, Signora Soriano.
We have no wedding dinner, no guests. And we will drink this bottle of wine as a family. It will help us sleep.
Here is the water.
What do we want water for?
The Signora asked for it.
Tell him. No. Tell my wife that drinking water tonight would bring bad luck. Oh, and call Lucia. Oh, and I forgotten. Call Alfredo Amoroso, my jockey, my trainer, my groom.
Alfredo, come and drink a glass of wine. You too, Lucia, come.
Here I am, fully present.
Your health, Filumena.
Your health.
Drink. What would we look like if we kept the horses running, Alfredo? God. I kept thinking that they were running. But they stopped a long time ago, and I just pretended they were running all the time. They have to run now. It's their turn. They are a brick horse. Hey, what would we look like if we tried to make our horses run, Alfredo?
Oh my God.
We'd look like fools, eh? Drink, Alfredo, drink. Our children are our children. It's providence. And maybe when there are 3 or 4 children in a family, sometimes the father has a favorite. Maybe a child for whom he has a special tenderness. Perhaps because the child is the ugliest. Or maybe because he's the most stubborn. Or perhaps because he's sickly. When that happens, the other children accept it. Because it is a father's right to have a favorite. But our family came together so late. This cannot be the case. And maybe that's for the best. So this special tenderness I might have shown for one of my children, I will now divide equally amongst the 3 of them. You have it. I'll expect you tomorrow. We'll have dinner together, eh?
Thank you.
Good night. Yes.
We'll leave you now. It's late, and Mom needs a rest. Good night, Mom. Sleep well. We'll see you tomorrow. We'd better be going. Goodbye.
Good night, and congratulations.
And good night, Dad. Night, Dad.
Good night, Dad.
Give me a kiss.
Good night, Dad. We'll see you
Here,
tomorrow.
bring your children.
See you. Thank you.
See you.
Thank
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm so tired, I'm feeling it now.
Such a commotion all day. All the preparations. But you must rest now and have a stay quiet for a while. And it is such a beautiful evening. What is it, Filumena?
I'm crying, Tony. It's such a wonderful feeling. I'm crying.
It's nothing. It's nothing. You were running. You got tired. You fell down. You picked yourself up again. You had many things up in your mind and you got frightened. But you don't have to run anymore, Filumena. You can rest now. You can rest. Our children are our children. You were right, Filumena. You were always right.